Hey, welcome back to Stoic Vars, the place where we decode human behavior, relationships, and the subtle psychology behind attraction. Now, here's the thing. A lot of guys miss the signs when a woman starts developing real feelings for them. They overthink, they misread the situation, or they wait for something big and obvious to happen. But in reality, the biggest clues are often hidden in everyday conversations, in the exact words she chooses when she's around you. When feelings start to grow, a woman might not come out and say, "I like you," but her language changes. She'll start saying certain things without even realizing it, and if you know what to listen for, it's like having a window into her emotions. In today's video, I'm going to share 7 things women often say when they're catching feelings for you, all backed by psychological insights. We're talking about subtle cues, like the way she asks about your personal life, how she brings up the future, or even the way she uses humor around you. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot these signs early, and trust me, number 5 is the one almost every man overlooks. So, grab a seat, pay attention to the details, and let's get started. 1. She brings up the future with you. When a woman starts developing feelings for you, one of the most telling signs is how she talks about the future. And I'm not talking about huge declarations like marriage or moving in together. I mean the subtle, everyday hints that she sees you as part of her life beyond the present moment. She might say things like, "We should try that restaurant next month," or "You'd love the trip my friends and I are planning in the summer, you should come." These small invitations are her way of mentally placing you in her upcoming experiences. Psychologically, this is important because our brains don't typically plan ahead with people we feel indifferent about. Future-oriented language indicates that she's picturing you in her life and wants to create shared memories with you. It's also a safe way for her to test the waters. If you respond positively to her future plans, it reassures her that you're open to more than just casual interaction. On the flip side, if you brush it off, she might pull back. So, next time she mentions something she wants to do with you in the coming weeks or months, pay attention. It's often more than just a casual suggestion. It's her way of letting you know you matter to her. 2. She asks personal, deep questions. One of the clearest signs a woman is developing feelings for you is when she moves past surface-level conversation and starts asking you deeper, more personal questions. At first, she might have kept things light, your favorite movies, hobbies, or weekend plans. But as her interest grows, so does her curiosity about the real you. She may start asking about your childhood, your biggest dreams, or even your fears. Questions like, "What was it like growing up in your family?" Or, "If you could change one thing about your past, what would it be?" These aren't just filler questions, they're invitations to connect on a more meaningful level. From a psychology perspective, people ask deeper questions when they want to build emotional intimacy. We're wired to open up more to those we trust and care about, and by encouraging you to share your experiences, she's also signaling that she values emotional closeness over small talk. It's important to notice not just the questions themselves, but also how she reacts to your answers. If she listens attentively, remembers what you've said, and sometimes relates it to her own experiences, it's a strong indication that she's invested in understanding who you are beneath the surface. When she asks about your ambitions or the kind of life you want to live, it's not only because she's curious. It's because she's subtly trying to figure out whether her life could align with yours. So, when she starts peeling back the layers and exploring your inner world, it's not just conversation, it's connection. And that's one of the strongest indicators she's feeling something deeper. 3. She uses more we than I. Language is powerful. It reveals how we think, often without us realizing it. When a woman starts developing feelings for you, one of the most telling shifts is in her pronouns. Suddenly, it's not just I or me anymore, it's we and us. She might say things like, "We should check out that new coffee place," instead of "I want to go to that coffee place." Or "We'd be unstoppable at that game night," instead of "You'd be good at that." It's a subtle but significant difference. She's subconsciously grouping the two of you together as a unit. From a psychology standpoint, this shift in language often happens when emotional bonding takes place. Our brains naturally create in-groups, people we see as part of our circle. When she consistently frames experiences as shared, it's her way of reinforcing the idea that the two of you are connected, not just as acquaintances but as partners in experiences. This change is also a form of future projection. By using we, she's planting the idea, both in her mind and yours, that you're a team. It signals comfort, trust, and a desire for togetherness. And here's the key, she doesn't do this with everyone. It's reserved for people she wants closer in her life. The best way to respond? Play along with her we language. It shows you're open to the connection she's building. If she says, "We should go hiking sometime," respond with enthusiasm. "Yeah, that sounds great, let's make it happen." When her words start blending your identities into one shared us, it's not just a coincidence. It's her heart speaking through her language. 4. She gives genuine compliments about character, not just looks. When a woman is developing genuine feelings for you, her compliments go beyond the surface. Sure, she might still tell you that you look good in a shirt or that your smile is attractive, but the deeper sign is when she starts appreciating qualities that reflect who you are as a person. She might say things like, "I really admire how patient you are," or "You're so good at making people feel comfortable." These compliments are different because they show she's paying attention to your actions, values, and personality, not just your appearance. Psychologically, this is important. Complimenting someone's character builds emotional intimacy. It's a way of saying, "I see you for more than just your looks." When she highlights your kindness, determination, humor, or honesty, it means she's looking deeper and connecting with the traits that make you unique. It also signals respect. People don't go out of their way to praise someone's integrity or work ethic unless they truly value them. And in romantic attraction, respect is just as important as physical chemistry, sometimes even more. Pay attention to how specific her compliments are. A vague "you're nice" is one thing, but "I love how you always make time for your friends no matter how busy you are" shows she's been observing you closely. That level of detail means you're leaving an emotional impact on her. When this happens, it's a great opportunity to reciprocate in a natural, genuine way. Compliment her values and qualities, too. This not only strengthens your bond but also keeps the emotional exchange balanced. So if her compliments start touching on the person you are, not just the way you look, you can be sure she's feeling something deeper than casual attraction. 5. She remembers small details you mentioned. One of the strongest signs a woman is developing feelings for you is when she remembers small, seemingly insignificant details from your conversations. These aren't things you emphasized or repeated. They're the offhand comments you might have even forgotten you said. Maybe you mentioned once that you love a certain snack from your childhood, and a week later, she surprises you with it. Or perhaps you casually said you had a stressful meeting coming up, and she checks in the next day to ask how it went. These moments show that she's not only listening but also valuing what you share. From a psychological standpoint, remembering details is a sign of emotional investment. When we care about someone, our brains are more likely to store and recall information about them. It's an unconscious way of prioritizing that person in our mental space. It's also a form of connection building. By bringing up those details later, she's showing you that your words matter to her, that you're not just background noise in her life. This is especially powerful because it's not something you can fake over time. Consistently remembering and acting on small details requires genuine interest. It's important to note that this behavior often goes hand in hand with other signs. If she's remembering your preferences, checking on your well-being, or referencing shared jokes from weeks ago, she's not just being polite, she's building a personal narrative that includes you. So, if you notice her recalling the tiny things you've said, things you didn't expect her to remember, take it as a subtle but meaningful sign. It's her way of saying, without words, "You matter enough for me to remember the little things about you." 6. She shares personal stories or secrets when a woman starts sharing personal stories, vulnerabilities, or even secrets with you. It's a clear sign she's developing deeper feelings. This goes beyond casual conversation. It's about opening a window into her private world. She might tell you about challenges she faced growing up, an embarrassing moment she's never shared before, or fears and dreams she usually keeps to herself. These aren't just random confessions. They're acts of trust. In psychology, self-disclosure is one of the strongest ways to build emotional intimacy between two people. By revealing personal details, she's essentially saying, "I feel safe with you." And safety is crucial in attraction, because feelings don't grow without emotional comfort. This kind of sharing also works as a test. She wants to see how you'll react. Will you judge her, dismiss her, or listen with empathy? Your response will either strengthen or weaken the bond she's trying to build. The topic she chooses can also reveal her intentions. If she talks about her values, life goals, or the kind of relationship she wants, it might be her way of aligning her vision with yours. She's giving you clues to see if you're on the same path. The key here is to treat these moments with care. When she shares something personal, avoid interrupting, giving quick advice, or making light of it. Instead, listen attentively, ask thoughtful questions, and let her know you appreciate her openness. When she starts letting you into the deeper layers of her life, it's not by accident. It's because she sees you as someone worthy of her trust, and possibly her heart. 7. She playfully teases you or uses inside jokes. One of the most fun, and most overlooked signs a woman is developing feelings for you is when she starts playfully teasing you or building inside jokes between the two of you. This isn't mean-spirited teasing. It's light-hearted, friendly banter that creates a sense of shared connection. She might poke fun at your coffee addiction, mimic the way you told a funny story, or tease you about a clumsy moment you had. Over time, these moments turn into shared references that only the two of you understand, what we call inside jokes. These are powerful because they create a little private world that separates you from everyone else. From a psychology perspective, playful teasing and humor are signs of comfort and trust. People rarely tease someone they don't feel safe with, and shared laughter releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which strengthens emotional connection. Teasing also gives her a way to flirt without making things overly serious. It's a safe method to gauge your reaction and see if you're receptive to her energy. If you tease her back in a warm, playful way, it creates a fun rhythm that keeps the interaction light but intimate. The important thing to remember is balance. If she teases you, it's an invitation to engage, not a challenge to defend yourself. Keep your responses light and keep the vibe fun. If she laughs more with you than with anyone else, you're already building a deeper connection. So when she starts creating little you and me jokes, or playfully challenges you, understand that it's not just humor. It's her way of saying she feels close to you, enjoys your company, and wants to keep that spark alive. When it comes to attraction, women often reveal their feelings in subtle, indirect ways. They might not come right out and say, "I like you," but their words will often give them away, if you know what to listen for. Psychology tells us that language is one of the clearest windows into someone's emotions, and when a woman is developing genuine feelings for you, certain phrases start to appear more often. First, she may begin bringing up the future with you. This doesn't necessarily mean big commitments. It could be as small as suggesting, "We should check out that cafe next month." This future-oriented language shows she's imagining you as part of her life beyond the present moment. Second, she'll ask personal, deep questions. As her feelings grow, she becomes more curious about who you are beneath the surface. She might ask about your dreams, childhood, or values, not just casual topics. This is a sign she's seeking emotional intimacy. Third, you'll notice she uses we more than I. This shift in pronouns is powerful. It reflects a subconscious desire to see you as part of a shared identity. When she says, "We'd be great at that," she's placing you both on the same team. Fourth, she'll compliment your character, not just your looks. While physical attraction matters, deeper feelings inspire admiration for traits like kindness, resilience, or humor. Compliments like, "I love how you always help your friends," mean she values who you are. Fifth, she'll remember small details you mentioned. If she recalls things you said in passing, your favorite snack, an upcoming meeting, or a family story, it's because she's listening intently and storing that information in her mind. Sixth, she'll share personal stories or secrets. Opening up about her past, fears, or dreams is a sign of trust and vulnerability. Psychology calls this self-disclosure, and it's one of the strongest ways to form emotional bonds. Finally, she'll playfully tease you or create inside jokes. This light-hearted banter builds a private connection between the two of you. Shared humor releases bonding chemicals in the brain, making you both feel closer. Individually, any of these behaviors could simply be signs of friendship. But when several of them start showing up together, they often signal something deeper. Women may not always voice their feelings directly, but their language, attention, and emotional openness can speak volumes. The key is to listen carefully, respond warmly, and match the connection she's offering. Attraction isn't always about grand gestures. Often, it's hidden in the little things she says. So, those are 7 subtle but powerful things a woman might say when she's developing real feelings for you. Remember, it's not about memorizing every word. It's about paying attention to the patterns, the emotional depth, and the way she includes you in her world. The more aware you are, the easier it becomes to recognize genuine interest before it's ever spoken directly. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Stoic Vase, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into psychology, relationships, and human behavior. And let me know in the comments, have you noticed any of these signs in your own life? Until next time, stay confident, stay observant, and keep your mind sharp. This is Stoic Vase, signing off.